Good evening, my friends. I hope you are having a great start to your week. Monday, it's one of those days, isn't it? Monday, it's definitely a day. Definitely a day. It can be just setting your week off absolutely on the right foot. But it can also be a day of much despair. What kind of Monday was it for you this week? Let me know. Today, oh, and I do not even have my Edge open. Today, we've been promised, well, maybe this is going to be the last stream we do for Taiji. It's kind of hard to say. Let me just check that is working. Yep, that's working fine. It's kind of hard to say. I think we might have done almost all of the puzzles. It's kind of hard to say. We're going to have a little look around. A little look around. But there's a decent chance that we've done most of the, let's call it, obvious puzzles, right? We do have what has been being called the hidden aspect. And the hidden aspect is something. It's something which is not terribly apparent, but I can tell you what it probably involves. It probably involves this terrace somehow. So we're going to start taking some pictures of things that we find vaguely suspicious around here, and then we'll have a little look through them later. This room as well. Oh no. This was just a shortcut, and we've done this shortcut. We have had several puzzles which don't do bonfires, but which don't seem to do anything else either. All over the place. So here was the bonfire for this lad. That was okay. The orchard. Is this called the orchard or the garden? This was a nice area. Hang on. Wait a minute. Okay, I do see something here. I do see something there. Okay. But what would that mean, though? In terms of, like, doing, well, anything. Well, I don't know. If it indeed even does mean anything, right? We have Darkflow in the chat. I'll be here in 10 minutes, more or less. Looking forward to seeing you then. What do I see though? I see a weird... There's a weird sort of symmetry, do you see? Just in the curvature of the paths. Yeah, the way the path comes up, and then you just got a little stubby path here, and then a large path. It's the fact that it doesn't look like a path. It's the fact that it curves and points, you know? The fact that it curves and points, it looks a lot like the branches of the tree. Now that could well just be an artistic decision made by Matthew, right? I mean, that might not even be anything we can read into. I mean, this map doesn't have the required resolution, really, to give us anything. It's interesting that... Well, maybe that's not really interesting. I don't know. It's hard to know what's interesting even, really. But okay. The shape of the paths in the orchard is weird. We're going to go with it's weird. But we're also just going to overthink every single little thing now, right? This is an obvious one. Like, what even is that? I'm going to take a picture of it for sure. We'll come back this way in a little while. I mean, the flower beds don't seem to be interactable. There are flower beds around in a lot of places. We're also just keeping an eye out for more puzzles as well, of course, right? Because we are pretty close to having solved every standard puzzle in the game, I think. It's kind of hard to say. We've done these guys, that's all fine. We've done all these. Pretty sure there are no optional puzzles in this area. Yes, the graveyard's all done. And we got this one. I was quite pleased to get this one. That was cool. And as we go down here, oh, it will automatically return the lift up to us. That's handy. Is there any puzzle here which we haven't completed yet? I think we've got all of these, That just transports you around. That's not really a puzzle in the same way. Yep, got all of those. We've got everything in the gallery, for sure. We did this shortcut. This is going to take us a little bit further away from where we want to be now, of course. So let's go back. We're still, you know, just hanging around. Okay, so we've worked through all of those. And then in here... Oh, okay, we haven't done every puzzle yet. We've got this puzzle here, although I think this puzzle might just call the lift. We've done both of these. I like it. I like it. Okay, well, for completionist's sake, right, this is a puzzle that we've not done. So, you know what that means, gang? It means we have to do it. So let's have a little look. Right. That's a 1, and it has to be off. We will say, therefore, that these 3 have to be on. Yeah, similarly, that's going to need to be off, which means that these 2 have to be on. That means for this to be a 3, that's going to need to be there. That's 5 already, so it's going to need to link up to this 6, so that's going to need to be on as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, so that's going to need to be like that. This will need to therefore be on, so that those 2 can be off. And then this 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that one's on in the corner, that one's on in the corner. Should be okay like that, I reckon. So that one on in the corner, that one on in that corner. Great. We are going to get every puzzle. This is our stated aim now. We are so close to having every puzzle in the game complete, except for whatever is meant by the hidden puzzles. But we're very, very close to having every puzzle done. Yeah, we've got all the ones in here as well, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we've got suspicious looking flower beds here, of course. Right, we've got all of the dominoes from in here. Man, this was... wow, from way back in the day, for sure. Oh, my nose is so itchy today. You'll have noticed I've gone for red stage lighting today. That is because I am, myself, incredibly sunburnt right now. So the red is purely just to balance out the colour aspect in the picture for you guys. Okay, and that's going to lead up to the graveyard. That's going to lead up to the orchard. Okay, we've done all of these shortcuts here, and that takes us back to this trellis over here. Fine. We've done all of these shortcuts. We've done the shortcut back there. And that leads down to here. Up here then, we have done all of these. Yep, so that all runs through. Wait a minute. What's this down here? Have I done that one? I mean, is that... okay, back in a mo. I think we can get there by going through this way, right? No, not easily. Hang on a second. We should be able to get to it by going through this tunnel here. No, not this way. It's over here. Yeah, that's to the open air. I believe it's that. I believe it's that. Let's take a quick picture just to convince ourselves that it is indeed that one. Right, so we'll leave the mine out here. No, I think I might have gone the wrong way. Some of these hidden paths. Gotta do something quickly, be there in a short while. Have you found something yet? So, I've been taking some pictures of some suspicious looking stuff. I mean, this trellis I've been looking at for a long while, right? And I've got a flower bed here. So this is the stuff that I'm thinking about at the moment. Yeah. Oh, and also I was thinking about the shape of the paths in the orchard and how they kind of look like branches on a tree, but not sure. That could literally just be an artistic choice. Might be reading a bit much into that, or not. Who knows? The museum. Keep looking. Keep thinking. Get back to you when I can. Absolutely. The museum, we don't need to go inside. We've done every puzzle in the museum. I have a feeling, therefore, now, as far as standard puzzles go, I have a feeling we've done all of them. Like, I would say I'm about, like, 60% sure? Not sure. But yes, if you look at this one that I'm standing next to right now, and we compare it to here, that is this one. So that's not a different puzzle. So that's fine. We've even got that one which has the broken platform on it. So, where do we look then? Where do we look to try and find inspiration for what this is? Because, you know, apropos of nothing, you know, if I didn't have Matthew and Darkflow here, I would assume we had hit 100% now. Well, except for the fact that there is still, there is one hidden achievement which we've not unlocked yet. Yeah, one hidden achievement remaining, and it's a hidden achievement, so we also don't know what it is. As far as flower beds goes, there was some more flower beds over here. Incidentally, you know, if this is all a troll and there isn't actually anything, it would be like one of the best trolls ever. Because this is a troll. This would be a troll that has been months in the making. If there actually isn't anything extra to be found, I would respect the graft for sure. My best thinking is that it must be to do with the flowers. That's the best thing I've got at the moment. Like, pretty convinced it's nothing that's up here. I don't think there are... I don't think there are any hidden puzzles up there. Oh. Oh, because I took the shortcut, I've ended up sort of a bit stranded on that one. Right, so I need the shortcut to come back to be able to get out of that. Okay, so we'll have to go to the orchard and then back down. Take the shortcut back down. So yeah, oh yes. So there were flower beds here as well, of course. This is what taught us originally about flowers, right? Yes. Hey, Darkflow. There's an interesting one, yeah, because these are purple and green. These puzzles. Which was an interesting... Oh, yeah, oh, and you couldn't see them at all. Yeah. Okay. So we've got some flower beds here as well. And we also had some flower beds. If you need some help, ask away. Okay. Well, let me take a picture of the final thing I want to take a picture of. And then I think, you know what, we're gonna be breaking the hint hiatus probably, and just getting the first hint that we're using today. We want to have a quick look at this, just at these, because these don't have flower beds, but sort of over there. The most obvious kind of bait, right, is this trellis. This trellis is the most obvious bait there is, that there's something a little bit more to this. What have I taken pictures of? Okay, I've taken pictures of this trellis. Like, don't even know. But this, like... This is so obviously something, I guess. The flower beds, there's a set of 6 flower beds. The colours very strange, but these are your flower petal colours for sure. This isn't anything. I just took a picture of that to convince myself it wasn't anything. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those tricky ones, isn't it? Because once you get told something like this, you can never really go back. But I feel like it's a well hidden, whatever it is, it's a very well hidden thing. Like, because genuinely, I think I've solved all of the standard puzzles in this game now. I'm now really only looking for the last thing, and aside from a couple of artistic style choices, there's very little to indicate there's anything out there. Unless you tell me different, Darkflow. I don't know. So go on, throw us down a hint. Like, what am I looking for? I'm assuming I'm looking for something environmental. Well. Well. Like, if it is this, I don't really see any obvious way. You'd say there are two ways to find what I'm looking for. You saw and commented on one, and you've had many occasions to see the other. Right. Oh. The enigma remains alive, for sure. Now I know you already saw it is not really good of a hint. You've had many occasions to see the other. Suspension is rising. Yeah. The other thing I was looking at was the paths and the map, but I don't think the map has much on it. He says. Oh, I don't know. The other thing I commented upon whilst you weren't here is the shape of the paths. Hello to Justy303. How are you, sir? Good to see you today. The other thing I commented on whilst you weren't here, Darkflow, is the shape of the paths themselves. And this might just be an artistic choice, a stylistic choice. But the way that these paths curve, the way they kind of end on this sort of short, stubby bit here, but also curve into this longer piece here, it looks like the branches on the tree, right? Which kind of makes you think, oh, right, yeah, no, it's a witness-style environmental puzzle, maybe. And, you know, maybe it's something to do with this tree that's been cut down, but then, I don't know. I kind of got to this one and then... Well, this is a very well-kept tree, this one, but the paths here are a lot more well-kept. Now I think I'm also just overthinking things as well, because it's like, oh yeah, the 6 bushes. So that's like 6. This is like a red 6 on a thing. If I literally were to take pictures of every square foot of this island, would it turn out that it's all one giant puzzle? I'm not sure what yeah, I'm not sure what would be implied by these bushes then, though. The other thing that I'm sort of thinking about, kind of thinking back, is the tree that's above the reflective pool, and whether that's anything beyond the one puzzle that it was. I don't know. I mean, this is that one puzzle, right? signs themselves are rhombus shaped, but I don't know. What do you think, Justy? Where's your mind going with this clue right now? So we've been in here, of course, and done all these puzzles. I'm now just kind of thinking about those bushes. But I don't know. I don't really see anything else like that in the environment, you know? Justy's just waiting for more hints. Okay. Dark flow. Give us another hint. I mean, genuinely, like, props to Matthew for putting something in that's this obscure. Like, what would you say the percentage of people that are getting this is? Because if you have a puzzle which is hard that a lot of people can't solve, at least most people realise that there's a puzzle there at all. I can imagine a lot of people, even people who are like real completionists, would get through this and not find it. One of the ways to see it is visible all around the map. I don't know, I found it pretty... Oh, okay. You do see the struggle. One of the ways to see it is visible all around the map. All around the map. I see the edges of the map. Steam says 25%. That is nonsense. That's nonsense, surely. That's got to be people looking it up. 25%. I think it very much depends, I think, on the games community, because like the Outer Wilds, for example, has a really, really active community. The subreddit's got something like 100,000 people in it now, which is kind of mad for a game that was really good but almost entirely fell out of the kind of popular consciousness quite quickly. Like it ended up on a lot of people's kind of top 5 games of the year 2018 or whenever it came out, but I don't really hear that many people talking about it nowadays, except for on the Outer Wilds subreddit itself. But yeah, but there are like 100,000 of them, and they're all really big on sharing all sorts of gameplay tips and things, and videos of themselves doing stuff like, spoiler warning, like landing on the sun station and then like leaving via jetpack and getting back into their ship and stuff. The clue is all around the map. One of the ways to see it is visible all around the map. can't remember if we talked about Outer Wilds on this stream already, but yeah, but I really loved Outer Wilds. Didn't enjoy the DLC as much. Didn't actually finish the DLC, if I'm honest. Oh, we did we? Oh, great. Yeah, I should go back and try the DLC again. You just finished it back then. Yeah. I should go back and try the DLC again. Maybe just, well, look up the clues for the bits that I want to look up, because not really into... Talked about the lesser frights, yeah. Not really into stealth games, in honesty. Used to really love them when I was a teenager. Metal Gear Solid was like my jam, and I played Metal Gear Solid 2 so many times. However, yeah, played MGS3, MGS4, then Phantom Pain came out, and there was obviously a big gap. Hey, Matthew in the chat. Hello, sir. Hope you're having a great start to your week. You have missed the start of the stream. We are working through hints. Okay, so I believe I have now finished every standard puzzle in the game. I think we've done them all. We had a quick whip round, and we found one that I hadn't actually beaten yet on like an elevator. And now we're sort of looking for the hidden aspect. Darkflow's given us a hint. The hint he's given us is, and I love the wording of this hint, one of the ways to see it is visible all around the map, which is suitably cryptic, and we're trying to find it, and now we're sort of second guessing everything we look at. Lesser frights plus a simple trick simplifies it all. Yeah, so I know the trick in the party house. I know the party house trick. I kind of figured that one out. But it's the other two. Well, actually, no. Do you know what? One of them I never got round to trying. You don't think you'd go that cryptic? Wasn't meant to be, but it does work, to be honest. Yeah, so I did the party house in the DLC, but it was the main one, the one with the thing in the middle where you ride the ferry and there's a hidden thing that you do at an angle, and then you wake them all up and they all come down the lifts. And I think the recommended approach, again spoiler warnings for the DLC, is you are supposed to like attract their attention one way, then run around the other way. But of course you're running around in the dark because they've turned all the lights off for you, and yeah, it's just not fun. It's just not fun. That's the real kicker, is the DLC. That one is better with lesser frights and the trick with the lantern. Fair. Yeah, maybe I should give it another go at some point. It would be a shame to leave that game unfinished. But then again, there are a lot of games in my video game graveyard of half-finished, perfectly fine games that we never got round to. Okay, let me give you a quick briefing, Matthew, on where we got to in terms of taking pictures of really suspicious stuff. So, the trellis, suspicious. The flower beds, reasonably suspicious. The trellis, this is like a 9 out of 10 suspicious. These flower beds, I give these like a 7 out of 10 on the suspicious scale. And these flower beds I'd only give about a 4 out of 10 on the suspicious scale. And yeah, that's the only thing I've got so far. So if you have something that would point us in the right direction, now would be the time. Incidentally, the next game we're going to be playing after this one, I think we've made a decision. It's going to be The Looker, which has been on my list to play for a long time. Obviously, really loved The Witness. I've never seen I've seen the trailer for The Looker, but my understanding is it's a parody game. No idea how long it is. Maybe we'll do it in like 1 or 2 streams. And then we're going to do a Zachtronics game, which we discussed a week or 2 ago. A more direct hint that at least dovetails with Darkflow's hint, which is that his hint relates to something you can see on the literal map. Right, okay. We did have a look at the map, but we didn't see it. Okay, so there's a map that we can look at up here. So, if we can interact with anything on the map. Kind of wasn't supposed to be, but it does work. But yes, Zachtronics. There is a new Zachtronics game which Darkflow has recommended, which I think is going to be our next big game, because we've not done a Zachtronics game on stream or on the channel yet, and the last Zachtronics game that I actually sat down and beat was Opus Magnum, which I really enjoyed, actually. So, yeah. And now I have tried a couple of Zachtronics games that I really couldn't get into. I tried TIS 100, which is like a game where you are pretending to try and debug an old Unix mainframe or something, and genuinely that felt a bit too much like work, in honesty. I really just couldn't get into it. It felt legitimately like hard work. Yeah, Last Call BBS. That's the one I was thinking about. Because it looks like it's like a ZX Spectrum emulator or so, or it's supposed to be like a ZX Spectrum emulator. So my understanding is that it's small, self-contained puzzle experiences. I don't know, but presumably it'll go a little bit meta and so on. Incidentally, if you love meta, Inscription finished on the YouTube channel last Tuesday, and tomorrow I have lined up episode 1 of The Hex. Big fan of Daniel Mullen's games. I think he's like a bit of a mad genius. Played Pony Island before, loved it. Just finished Inscription, really good. The Hex is his second game, and so far really enjoying it. For the map, are there any pieces still missing? I mean, I suppose this one, maybe? Like, there's a bit at the bottom here which we could try and check out. Like, is there a path that takes us to the bottom there? I mean, would that not just take us back to where we started the game? So this circle here... So this is kind of where we came up from. Wait a minute, hang on. Was this here before? Is this how we got here? Yes, that is how we got there. Yes. Like... This is... Is that like an inside area? This is where we got stuck in the very, very first episode of the stream. This is when I was starting to potentially regret my decisions for streaming this game. Thinking to myself, oh my god, I'm going to spend my entire time stuck. And then have to just make awkward conversation whilst I'm totally stuck. So is there an inside to this hill? How would you get in there, though? Surely it can't just be a case of walking in, because it would be far too risky to let people who had just started the game accidentally run into an endgame secret. Unless we're supposed to move one of these pieces down again. Hang on, so... That's pretty subtle, actually. Yeah, okay. I can see that that's not really something. I can see that that's not really something that new players would find. What is this? Oh, okay. Huh? It's a secret. So there's no clues to this at all. Flowers. Let's have a think about flowers first. Okay, that's an interesting corner that's taken off there. That's strange. Okay, so we've got so we've got 9 clues here. One of which is like the walking clues from above. Am I literally supposed to draw a spiral here? I could. No. So you're not literally supposed to draw what's on the sign there. I'm surprised that 25% of players have found this, but we're going to have a real think about what this means. So we have okay, so we've got 9 tiles to look at here. We've got 9 tiles to look at. And here's what they look like when we zoom in on them a little bit. We've got flowers, orchard, graveyard, rhombuses, dominoes. There are guides and stuff, that's true. Flowers, dashes. This is the mirror ones. This one, dunno, looks a lot like the orchard to me. And this one, I assume this is like the walking ones up the top. So the walking ones, so this is missing a couple, and it's missing one up here as well. Let's have a look at the orchard, because the orchard is probably the one that we could most easily try and attribute to something that we can see in the game world itself. Because I was thinking about the shape of some of those paths. And I wondered if the shape of some of those paths would be a clue in and of itself. No, it would be up here exclusively. So we've got 3 paths. One which sort of goes like that. Now, do you know what? I've not actually looked at orchards in quite a while. So this was ons on longs, and yeah, it was long. It was whether it was long in comparison to ones from the same branch as it. So that would be considered a long, and that would be a short. But I don't know. Let's have a little think. Yeah. Oh, right. Yes. Okay. And the middle path is a dual forked path. Right. Okay. So I reckon that's on. Are all of these on, therefore? I need to have myself a little reminder about how the base works. So it's the base. It's if the base is longer, right? So is that longer than that? That determines what's on. So that's a short, stubby one, right? Wow, the aspect ratio is kind of a bit strange on it, isn't it? But like, that's long and that's short, so that's on. And then that's longer than that, so that one's on and that one's off. So if I'm looking here, so if we work backwards from in the middle one, yeah, that's long and that's short. Pretty happy with that. That's shorter than that. Wait, yeah, but it needs to be like two branches going up, doesn't it? Okay, so it might be that that one's off and that one's on. But then that is short in comparison to this one. This is very tentative. This is a bit of a strain. We might have to be kind of... I think this one's on. I'm not sure if that one's on or not. Remembering the rules. Impossible. Impossible. I have a feeling, right, though, that because this one's a really stubby little one, that's off, and I think the other two are going to be on. And then we've got... this one's on, and that one's going to be off. So that one's on, and that one's going to be off. Right, pretty happy with that. And then that is just a stubby one in comparison to that one. So I'm pretty sure that that's off and that's on. So which ones am I happy with? I'm happy with this. I'm happy with these two, and I reckon I'm happy with those. This section might need a little bit of finessing, let's say. But the fact that this is topographically very similar to the orientation of the puzzle does give me strong confidence that we are indeed looking for clues in the environment of these areas. So let's go and see if we can solve this one. See if we've got something close to the right answer. Pro strats finessing, yeah. Yeah. So, okay, I'm pretty happy with that and that and that. And I reckon it's... let's start with that, but not like that, and maybe not that one. Okay, probably not that then. But it's going to be something like that. And that's the important thing. Hopefully. Let's take some other pictures. So. Because then we can do a little bit more environmental exploration between coming back here each time. Wow, rhombuses really do not give you much, but pretty sure what we're looking for rhombuses. Pretty sure we're going to be looking for where those exclamation mark signs are. The mirrors one, that's going to be a total mystery, frankly, because I didn't even see the one that was sticking out of the middle of the ocean. So we will be on a bit of a journey of discovery there. Flower petals. Whoops. Flower petals, kind of unsure, mostly because of the shape of them. This guy here, maybe this is that black and white blocks area. Haven't been back to there in quite a long time. Oh dear, what's it gone and done? There we go. Right, and then the dashes and slashes. Of course there was going to be one final dashes and slashes puzzle. I wasn't going to get away. Okay, with a bit of luck, we should be able to stream again. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm seeing 2,000, 900, 3,000 kilobits per second. That's terrible. So what's that? 3,000 kilobits per second. That's like 3 meg. Yeah, I should be getting more than that. Yeah, Justy has got his head in his hands. I mean, 2,000 kilobits a second is not enough for a 1080p 60 frames a second. Certainly not. You want to be more like... Oh, although actually, I just saw it jump up to 5,000. My indicator's still red though. Not sure, guys, not sure. Okay, I see it's up to 6,000 there, 4,000. Seems to be hovering between sort of 4 and 5,000 now. Can I get someone to tell me in the chat what that quality is like? So if we were to put some guys down here, here and here, you might be on Twitch's end. The ad was freezing too. Well, it's good to know that Twitch is occasionally playing ads. I didn't realise I'd turned ads on. I thought, do you know what? Someone who's been an affiliate longer than I have is going to need to teach me about ads. Because I thought ads was deselected, in honesty. But I don't know. Maybe it is at Twitch's end. I'm now reading 5,000. Approach Okay. Let me know in the chat if it starts dropping again. Okay, we'll push on for now. But yeah, okay. Not stopping too much anymore. Well, that's great to know. That's great to know. Okay. Let's start with some rhombuses. So, we need to have... It's still pretty freezy, but not for 10 seconds. It's definitely better, but not by much, though. Okay. Okay. Well, you know... Let's try and persevere for, say, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, see if Twitch gets it a little bit smoother. If it's affecting other streamers, then it's definitely going to be Twitch. But no idea, in honesty. But yeah, if it could be... Oh, they run ads even if you don't turn them on. Okay, that's good to know. Ads, but whether they run other ads is up to you, is it? Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. To be fair, right, ads... I don't think I'm going to run any ads anytime soon, in honesty. Like, why would I, right? Like, ads are... I guess it's kind of like thinking sort of SaaS subscription models, right? Like, ads are kind of like how you monetize people who are not subscribed to you. But I don't really have any viewers to... I don't really have enough viewers for that to make any kind of difference anyway, right? So... Does seem stable now, but big latency. Oh, big delay. Really? A couple of minutes delay. Okay. So, I guess that means we're sort of playing... what is it? Like when you're playing like chess online in a tournament, so you have to stick a delay on so that you can't get stream sniped. Which is a shame, because it means that we can't sort of chat back and forth like as much. So there's more signage here. How many squares do you reckon this is? Like 1, 2, 3, 4 squares, maybe, according to this. That could be the 5th square then. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 could be 5th square, sort of here. And this one would be... No, it wouldn't be there. This one would be like here, I guess, maybe. And this one would be over here. And then we've got a yellow one. It's like either there or there. It's not quite in the middle, but I wouldn't exactly say it's 60% of the way over either. But then we have some signs which are outside this as well. If we go back up here. Now, it might be a perspective thing, but we could put these in the middle of the 3rd row, couldn't we? Okay, we are back. Oh, and I've got a green light this time. We're back with a green light. Okay, it's gone to an amber light. Oh, it ended immediately this time. Okay, so I stopped the stream and now I'm back. Hopefully there shouldn't be a huge lag anymore. I do still have a red light, but it's recording. No delay! Nice. I do still have a red light, but it is recording me as being like 4,000, so should be okay. Great, okay. So, where were we? We were trying to work out, and you know what, actually, I think what I'm going to sneaky do is I'm going to take a picture of this whole section here. Yeah. And then when I come into here... There we go. Okay, this is confusing my chatbots to no end. It'll also be confusing my VODs hugely as well. But not much you can do about that, really. This is slightly lower than this one, but we're not going to worry about that for now. For now, we just want to have that. Okay, and what we're going to do... Yes. What we're going to do is we're going to sneakily line this up. Yeah, like this. But we're going to take these and we want to put these back on top again. So, okay. So that's going to be like that. And this one is going to... Okay. So that's what it looks like when you sort of combine all of that together. So I have a feeling, right, we have got a 6x5 grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, let's go with that. Let's go with that. And I'm gonna pop this one in the middle. I am happy with it being in the middle because it's not there, it's not there. So let's go and grab my eraser. I'm going to erase these. We're going to put 3 orange ones here, here, and here. And we're going to put an orange one here. A cyan there. And a purple here. Okay, and then we're going to work from that. So let's see what we can do. Well... Oh, hang on, wait a minute. Can rhombuses share... Rhombuses can't share, can they? Or can they? Yeah, they totally can. Yeah, because this white rhombus and this purple rhombus totally shared. So actually, isn't this like really straightforward? Can't we just make any area that looks like that and that should be fine? Okay. Now I'm worried that we've missed something like really a lot important for that. I don't think I've missed any signs. I don't think there are any signs down here. I mean, let's give it a little go and see. I mean, if the puzzle is more, well, the hard part is working out what you're supposed to look at rather than actually solving the puzzle itself, then maybe it's supposed to not be a hard puzzle to solve. It's supposed to be a hard puzzle, right? But we'll have a look. Yeah, see, won't let you do that. Yeah, so it's not what I thought it was then. Because, yeah, that would have been really, really straightforward. So there must be something else to this puzzle. Okay. Let's have a think about some of the other puzzles. And we'll actually do what we said we were going to do this time. We will actually go and try out a few of them and come up with solutions for a few of them before coming back. Because it's quite a trek to come back and forth. Let's have a look at the reflections. Okay. Now the reflections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So probably not that. Could it be the size of the building? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Maybe, maybe not. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's hard for that not to be a 10. It feels very close to being the building size, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is definitely 9 though. It is definitely 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ish. 8, 9. I mean, you could. I mean, if we were to make a guess, it would be like on, off, on. So wide, narrow, wide, wide, narrow. So wide, narrow, wide, wide, narrow. Probably like wide, wide. 23, 20. And then we would end with a narrow. So would it be like wide, wide, wide? We'd try that. It's a little bit questionable, some of that one. But delay is still here. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Well, I mean, as I said earlier, this is now becoming very unlikely to be the final Taiji stream. It would be a shame if we finished Taiji on a delay like this. So it's back. Oh, am I back to the correct size? That's good. Oh, and that's it for those. Huh. So, not to put too fine a point on it, but these ones here... What is this? Because these long blocks, like, we've seen them in the orchard. I guess we must have seen them elsewhere. I don't know. Okay, so I'll have to think about that. Maybe let's hit up the graveyard next. Because the graveyard, being only... What have we got there? It is 8 blocks wide, the graveyard. Like, that means it's not outside the realms of possibility to be able to guess it. So, what do we have? We have some graves here. But we've got graves, like, everywhere, right? We have a line. A straight line of 8. Oh. There's a pretty practical mechanic that would help you a lot. The practical thing is related to the trekking back and forth. Oh, is there fast travel? Did you put fast travel into the game? Okay, 2.5 minutes lag. Okay. Yeah, if there's a fast travel component, I wouldn't necessarily consider that a spoiler. If it's literally just like a practical mechanic which I have not understood, Like, that's kind of up there with the fact that in the first stream you had to tell me that shift was run. Because that would have been a really long game otherwise. We've got different sizes of tree. We've got different sizes of tree that we can consider. But yeah, the gravestones... I don't think the gravestones were used for anything, were they? Because each of these simply related to the clue in them. So... yeah, okay, I see it. I see it. I think I see it. Oh, man. That would be horrendous, though. We've got a rock here. Yeah. Which is like the dot at the start of the puzzle. And we've got a rock down here. So I think that might be it. We've got a rock here as well. So yeah, that's got to be it, yeah? So we've got a rock to read this one this way, a rock to read this one this way, and a rock to read this one in this direction. We don't have any rock around here. like... Is that really something that I'm just going to choose to ignore and hope to get away with? Maybe. And then we've got these 8. 16, rather. 16. Can't count. We've got these 16 up here, which... don't know how they're going to fit in. I mean, it certainly could be... No, I don't know. I don't see how that would work. I don't see how that would work. But we'll work it through, right? Assuming that it's just the rocks, just the rock ones. Yeah, and we're going to read it the same way as before. We've got 1 and 1, which is the same, so off, but then 1, so that's on. Yeah. We've then got 1 and 1, which is the same, so off, and then 1, which then makes it on. We then got 0 and 0, which is the same, so off, and then 1, which flips it, which makes it on. And then we're going to have 0 and 1, which is then on, and then the 0 doesn't flip it. So that's also going to be on. I'm seeing a pattern start to emerge here. We've then got a 0 and a 1, which is different, so that's on, and then a 0, so that's going to be on. And then we've got a 1. Hang on, wait. A 1 and a 1, which is the same, so that's off. And then a 1, so that flips it to on. Sorry, it's this one here, so that flips it to on. Right. And then we've got a 1 and a 0, which is on. And then a 1, which flips it to off. Yeah? Has the delay actually snapped off? I actually have green on my stream now, which is nice. And then we've got a 1 and a 1, which is the same, so off. And then a 0, which keeps it off. So that... Hey, very nice. So that is probably my best guess on these. That ignores all of those because there's no rock near those. So Matthew's last message, it killed my app. Yeah, I mean, yes, fast travel. Yeah, I'm happy for you to let me know what I've missed there. Because that's if it's a mechanical thing, like if it's a mechanical thing rather than a puzzle, then I wouldn't really regard it as a spoiler, in honesty. Something to do with the maps. Well, hang on, I've got a map right here. Oh, it's back up perfectly. It feels so smooth. Oh, well, that's good. We'll actually get 45 minutes of good time. I have no idea what the VOD is going to look like. So, yeah, which is a bit of a shame. I don't think... I mean, I could try and experiment with it, but I don't think I can stream and record at the same time. I think that would be too much. Yeah, especially depending on the game. So I do rely quite heavily on Twitch to do the recording for me as I stream. I mean, it doesn't appear to be space or click. Aha. Right, you have to know. Oh, but it tells you when you remember it. Right, I see, I see. Okay. Yes, that does make sense. Right, so I need to find what these actually are then. So I think there was one which was like that, wasn't there? So that's pretty cool. Was there one which had all of them? Oh, okay, right, yeah, okay. The so this kind of puts us here. That's all right. No, that's not going to be one. There's one. Okay. That's got us like a decent number of them. I'm not sure if this is actually the closest one to the location. Well, it definitely isn't if I start going in the wrong direction. That's certainly not going to help. Okay. So what are we looking at next in terms of thing? Well, okay, let's try and see if we can get one of these two, the graveyard one and the mirror one. Let's see if either of those gives me a success. The graveyard one I am the more skeptical of because we didn't use all of the graves. Yes. And as far as this one goes... yeah, it would be very handy to have that to teleport back and forth from, wouldn't it? Because this is not connected to this, so this presumably has a little independent... Oh, I tell you what though, it's a 9x9 grid. And there are 9 maps. So maybe you are literally supposed to go and find them all and put them in here. That could be a thing that we could do. In the meantime though, right, let's see if my musings about the size of rooms has anything to do with this puzzle at all. Nice. Okay. This is good. This means we can end the stream happy. We solved a puzzle. So we are one puzzle closer to the conclusion. This graveyard one, yeah, I'm very, very skeptical. Yeah. This graveyard one I'm very skeptical of. It's the fact that we are using only these... The rock, I'm pretty happy that the rock is the dot that you start reading from. I'm less happy that we don't use these 8 graves at all. What? That doesn't even make any sense. Didn't actually plan for the one I just solved. So what was the clue supposed to be? Because this literally happened to the last the last puzzle on the mirror one. The giant thing sticking out of the water, didn't actually notice. There just happens to coincidentally be something that is vaguely similar shape. The other thing I'm really skeptical on this one is these 8 here. That's the clue, but it's just how I built the area. Then noticed it kind of looked like, oh, okay, I understand. Yeah, well, I mean, it does sort of very organically fit together, so that's good. I am very skeptical about the fact that these seem to just group so nicely, and it makes me think that, like, this is a modifier on these 2, and that these 4 just don't have a modifier. Which would be, like, pretty horrendous. So I think we're going to come back to it. We've solved this one, so we're happy with that. The orchard and the rhombuses need a little bit more work. The walking puzzle's an interesting one. The dashes and the slashes, that's a small one to have a look at. Ah, for a while they were just things to notice. That's interesting. Okay. I think to be fair, it has been really insightful having Matthew as a guest on so many of these streams. Like, it's been a totally unique experience in that regard. Those solar panels are sus, aren't they? Those solar panels are pretty sus. 3x6. 3x6 is what we're looking for. What would it mean, though? Where's the dash? Where's the slash? The line passes through them this way, but looking at the notches on the wall, hard to imagine it's not the solar panels, right? Sometimes it pays to stand closer. Oh, there's a little minecart here which doesn't have anything in it. Never saw that before. Oh, you hint this because it's a known problem that it doesn't look like you can climb on the roof. There's a stair to the roof? You see it now. Oh! No, not from here. You can walk across it from the upper concrete area. Oh. From the upper concrete area. Oh! Oh, okay. I see. I see it. I see it. Yes, we have dashes. We have dashes. Valve, please fix. Yep, 0 out of 10. Unplayable. Unplayable. Okay, so we have got a dash here. A dash here. Right, so black is there. Then we've got a black here. And green gonna go in there. And I think it's just those two. I think it's just those two. It's kind of interesting because it sort of looks like the mouse illuminates it, but it's not actually. It's the player character that illuminates it, right? So the player character has some ambient light coming off them. You need to get it where most players will just walk down earlier in the game following the wire without even thinking about it. Yeah, fair. I understand. I mean, what would be the downside of removing the removing the yellow thing and making it just a more explicit ramp down? I mean, I suppose I'm not really considering what the yellow thing actually is, and the fact that it's probably something to do with, like, the coal. But, yeah. Okay. So we're reasonably happy then on this one. Let's see if we can solve this puzzle quick. Haven't had time. Yeah, fair enough. No, I know that feel. How is your week shaping up so far, though? It is Monday, and Monday is one of those days where it's either the promise of an amazing week or the start of a week that you'd rather forget. These green ones being on the edge are kind of handy because it means that we can't go up and we can't go down with them. Oh, you've been off today. Nice. That's handy. Yeah, you know, it doesn't quite feel right. Doesn't quite feel right, does it? Because we can do something like that. Okay. So then just have these be off. Right, no, so that wouldn't work. But like, if we do something which is literally just that. Okay. Ah, no, they can't be the same shape as each other. Right, okay. You're leaving for a big vacation later down the week. Ah, oh, so you might miss the final episode. You just have to catch up on VOD later, Darkflow. Well, assuming next week is the final episode, of course. It might not be. We have no idea how long these puzzles will actually take to solve. You're at a friend's house, so no crunching to fix this roof on my day off from the day job. Yeah. No, exactly. That feels too much like actual work, right? Time off is very important. What if we did something like that for green instead? Because then we can have... yeah, that's not going to work though, because that's going to then need to be like that. So that's not going to work. Oh, That's true. Maybe we should talk more about movies. My day job isn't this, or else I would have fixed it. Well, the next thing on my to-do list to sort out for the stream is to sort out subscriber badges. So we've got emotes. I don't have an animated emote yet, but I've got an idea for what I'd like for the animated emote. But I don't have any subscriber badges yet, so no way for people to show their flair in the chat, let's say. So that's the next thing on my list to sort out. How did I get these emotes? I'm glad you asked, Darkflow. It's a friend of mine from the Cozy Coven. So the Cozy Coven is a Discord server that from the streamer Cozy Witch. She does crafty things at the weekend. It's a really nice stream, really wholesome. At the moment she's making mushrooms, rainbow mushrooms, in felt. So yeah, it's good. And my daughter loves that stream because it's just kind of really vibey. Anyway, someone from the Discord is an artist, and and I just commissioned her for some emotes, and I will almost certainly commission her again for some subscriber badges. And if you would like to get some by the same artist, that is her Ko-Fi, so she can be contacted via there directly. And yeah. Oh, it's just pronounced coffee, is it? Oh, I pronounced it Ko-Fi because I assumed it was supposed to rhyme with hi-fi or Wi-Fi. Is it just coffee? Well, it shows what I know, doesn't it? It's like, it's because I'm old, Matthew. It's because I'm old. I'm not down with the kids. I'd never even heard of coffee before. I only just got on TikTok recently. I tell you what, right? Post your favourite social media and I'll guess how old you are based on that. Oh, in fairness, I'm sure you're right. Darkflow, Reddit. Nice. Twitter, okay. And Discord. If your favourite social media is Reddit, I think that puts you like at least in your mid-30s. Because the fact that Reddit degen in the chat. Oh really? I'm way off. Okay, fair enough. I mean, Reddit is really good. I probably use Reddit as well more than any other social media. It's in a bit of a weird place because of the way that it's pseudo-anonymous. It's not as anonymous as Discord, where you kind of feel a lot more anonymous. But like with Reddit, because people can go through your post history and they can see what other subreddits you post in, there's actually very little anonymity to it. They can put together who you are pretty quickly. Whereas Discord, I kind of like the fact that you can't see the other Discord servers that you're a member of. And of course you can't see any like cross posts that you've done to other Discord servers. r/The Witness is pretty chill. Yeah, in fairness, all of the puzzle games subreddits I've belonged to are full exclusively of super wholesome, super nice people. Right, the Outer Wilds subreddit, the Witness subreddit, of course the Taiji subreddit, Mist. I've joined Mist recently. Super wholesome. Love it. But then like the mainstream subreddits are, yeah, a bit different, let's say. Yeah, definitely. Sometimes you come across a user that's got like 1 million Reddit karma, and you're like, man, you chose the wrong social network to try and make money out of, for sure. You know, if you're someone that generates the kind of content that gets you 1 million Reddit karma, you should definitely be on Twitter or TikTok rather than Reddit. If Justy303 says Facebook. Yeah, I do still have a Facebook. Technically, this stream actually has a Facebook page. I started it at the same time as I opened up like the Instagram and the Twitter and so on. The Instagram was the first one to go when I was trying to grow the channel. I genuinely I didn't get Instagram at all. Yeah, like learning these other social medias has been a bit of an exercise for me. It's good for me though, because you guys might not know, but I'm a software designer in real life, and so part of the whole point of the entire endeavour is to get more familiar with other software that I wouldn't otherwise spend the time to go and learn how to use, right? Because I'd never used things like Instagram and stuff before, and to be fair, I still only just see the appeal of it. Why do people care about karma? It's a very good question. People do. You know, people karma farm really cynically. I'm kind of thinking maybe something like that would work. Because that could work, right? And if you do this... Oh, no, because then what are you going to do with that? That's not going to work. Oh, this is a bit of a tricky one. There's only so many different permutations you can have here, yeah? Like, unless I'm being a bit dense. So it's not that one. It's going to be a real hard time being this one, because that's going to need to link up here. This one is, again, it's going to need to be off, off. You could make that on, off, on. Maybe. Maybe. No, because if that's off, then that's going to need to be on, which is going to knock that out the top. And that can't be like that without this one actually then also being off, but that one has to be off, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. So that's maybe the best option I can do there. But that's... yeah, how are you going to make that work? That's going to end up needing to be like that. Oh, no, the thing that I really didn't get about Instagram is the fact that it doesn't really connect to any other social media. It doesn't help that much hinting towards finding this puzzle because it's so dang hard. Yeah, maybe. Like, I don't know if maybe I'm missing a... like this one and this one, okay. Pretty happy with that. You do see the solution, you don't think I'm missing anything. Okay. Fair enough. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Okay. Let's try again with something like that. Just go back to the real basics there. That would imply we have this, this, this. Okay, actually, if you have that, then you could do that, couldn't you? Like, that's then doable, and you can swap those colours. Well, in fact, you could have that. And that would sort of be okay. Put that in there. That causes a problem there, actually. Oh, sorry, I've forgotten to switch my view. Sorry. Just looking at the game, and it looks like you have the most vivid visual imagination. Here, let me paint you a picture, but with my words. You know, that is going to go there, and this, and that, and this. Okay. It would be nice to get one more puzzle solved, actually, before we wrap up the stream. I reckon this one, yeah, a little bit tricky. Actually, do you know what? It would be kind of nice to have this one like this. Yeah, and that would be okay as long as you actually swap these colours. Yeah, so what happens if we swap those colours like that? And we make that one on. And then those two are off. On. Off, on. Yeah, that should work. That should work. Okay. Let's not also forget, though. So we'll try and get that one in before we wrap. But let's also not forget that we wanted to see what was here. So we have 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 areas and it's a 9 by 9 grid. I reckon that will let us fast travel. How long have we got? Around about 10 minutes before we want to wrap up the stream. So let's go lightning round. Let's go find those 9 maps. So there's one over by the museum, apparently. Yaha, here we are. Great. Next. Alright, okay. There's a couple by the mirror stones. Oh, is it up here? Nope, up the next one. Okay, then we've got the orchard, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, okay. The orchard, and then the walking area. Right, there's the walking area. Nope, that's not the way. Okay, great. And onto the orchard. And then we should have all 9 symbols that we need. Great. Oh, wait. We're not going to be able to see the map unless we take a picture of the map. Right. Now, how do we arrange those symbols on the grid? Details, details. We'll figure that out later. Could be related to that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In a circle. Let's take a picture of it just in case there is a way to map the circle onto a square. I think it's more likely going to be based on their geography though. Cough. We'll finesse it. We'll finesse them in. Okay. First thing, let's see if we can get one more puzzle solved. And I reckon it's going to be... Da-da-da-da-da. Here, and those two, and that one. Nice. 2 out of 9 complete. Here then, right, let's have a look at this. If we were to say, like, what would be the lower 3? What would be the middle 3? What would be the top 3? I mean, I'm not sure how correct this feels already. Oh dear. Like this already feels super duper not the answer. Caps Girl 90. First time chatter. Good evening to you. How are you this evening? Oh, and a follow as well. Thank you. That was me trying to do a heart. Okay. Where would this one be? Would this one... So this one would probably be the 3 down there. So would that make this one here? Oh my god, that's correct! Wow, that felt not the... that did not feel like the way that was gonna work. There we go though. We have got fast travel unlocked all around the map. Lovely, lovely. Right. Well, I'm really sorry to do this to you, CapsGirl90, but this is actually going to be the end of the stream. But thank you very much for the follow. We have got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 puzzles left in the whole game. 7 puzzles left. Does that mean that next Monday's stream is going to be the final Taiji stream? Darkflow says, wait! Can you see my pause screen? You may see my pause screen. I don't know what you get out of my pause screen, to be honest. 7 puzzles left. Load game screen. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty recent. 2156. Hit enter. Oh, are you looking at the total number of puzzles completed? Is that total number of puzzles? Sorry, let me just move my... Your cam's in the way. It says 26, 39, 39, pipe 432. Let me move my camera down to the bottom there. That's what it says. So that is so 432 is presumably the number of puzzles that have been completed, I guess. 26 hours, 432 puzzles. Not the fastest playthrough in the world. It has to be said. I don't even know. I mean, what does that even work out to as an hourly rate? I don't even think that's particularly great, is it? 432 puzzles divided by 26 hours. We've been knocking out 16 an hour as an average, which I suppose is probably not that bad. That's like what? 1 every 3.5 minutes? I suppose that's pretty reasonable going rate, maybe. Because one guy did it in 6 hours somehow. I mean, my aim is to entertain, right? I'll leave the time challenges to the speedrunning community. You have 12.5 hours. Okay. So Capsgirl90, have you played this game before? I'm guessing. I'm assuming you've come from the subreddit. More hours is more enjoyment. That is true. That is true. And it's like I was saying to Darkflow, maybe like a month ago now, right? Like, just because we beat the game doesn't mean we want to finish with the game, right? So, you know, I mean, we beat the game now in like episode 8 or episode 9. Ah, you're from JR's stream. Okay, brilliant, brilliant. Well, thank you very much for coming along. Oh, so has JR pointed towards this stream then at the end of his stream? I hadn't realised that JR's stream was over, actually. But thank you very much for coming along from his stream. Okay, cool. So, we're going to wrap the stream up there. It's 10 o'clock here, so it's time for me to go to bed for sure. Got to go to work tomorrow. 7 puzzles left until the true ending, potentially. That does make next week's stream potentially the final part of Taiji. It's been a long road. It's been a great road. I've really enjoyed spending it with you guys. And then the next game on our list is going to be The Looker, which I'm looking forward to. I've heard it's quite funny. So, yeah, that'll be something to look forward to as well. For now, though, have a great rest of the day. Well, I mean, it's already the evening. Have a great week, though. You think I would like Planet of Lana, too? Do you know what? I will check it out. Thanks very much for the recommendation. Excellent. And yeah, and thank you for the random Reddit comment, Darkflow, making that recommendation. That's been really great. Okay, great. Well, I will see as many of you as possible next Monday. Have a great week, everyone. And don't forget as well the Sunday morning stream. We're playing Abduction. And also go and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not as well. Here, have a heart, everyone.